Hi guys, it's Ivory and welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be a drugstore slash affordable starter kit. This is for people that have no makeup, they want a full face, they have no idea where to start, and they want to do it on a budget. So I am going to go in depth as to why I love each product. I am wearing each of the products that I talk about on my face today, and I did film it, so you will see clips of me applying the makeup as well. And just know, for me, there is a difference between affordable and drugstore. Drugstore just really means anything that you can actually physically go into the store and actually hold and look and swatch the product, although you can't really do that at the grocery store, they seal everything, but like you can actually hold the makeup before you purchase it. Whereas affordable means that it is reasonably priced, however the only way you may be able to get it is online. For the most part, I would say everything is drugstore, but there are going to be some products that are in the affordable range, such as Colourpop, because I know that an Ulta isn't available to everybody that isn't in the US. And just know that all of the products I mentioned are what my personal preferences are. And if, say, you don't like the eyeshadow palette that I picked out, just know that the next couple videos are going to be like the best of my favorite foundations, my favorite eyeshadow palettes, my favorite lipsticks. So those are on the horizon. So if some of these products are not it for you, I will have more recommendations in future videos. But before we get into it, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I post new videos every single week. And also be sure to follow me on my social media. Everything is _ivorypcherry. All right, so I'm going to be recommending products from the order in which I would do my makeup. I think a lot of people do it this way and it seems to work out just fine, so why change something that isn't broken? So first off is primer, which first of all, you guys know I'm like still iffy about whether you really need primer or not. I would say out of this entire starter kit, I don't think you necessarily need it. So if you have a certain budget and you're like, oh, but the primer costs this much, you can nix it, I think, and it's not gonna make a big of a difference. But the only one where I actually have seen a difference is the L'Oreal Infallible Matte Lock Primer. I've tried a lot of different primers that do different things, like not just mattify, but also like blurring, smoothing, hydrating. I do feel like it keeps me a hair matter. So I do think that this does make a little bit of a difference. But like I said, primer to me is not essential to have in a starter kit, but if you are adamant that you want a primer, this is the only one that I'm gonna recommend. Next off, we have foundation. Oh my God, okay. A little bit of a story time. If you don't care, then just like skip. I'll put a timestamp somewhere, but obviously I wanted to recommend the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir. This has been my favorite all year round, and I did make a point to finish this for the no buy, which I did. So yay me. I guess I still technically have some if I like get a straw or something and really scrape, but I recently found out that those sons of bitches discontinued this.
Sons of bitches, you no good sons of bitches.
I don't know who made that call, but I am devastated. I was actually planning to break my no buy, and the next time I went grocery shopping, I was gonna buy it. I had this whole lie ready for you guys. I was gonna be like, oh, January 1st, I went out to the grocery stores and luckily my grocery store still had it in stock and I'm so lucky. Like I had this whole lie ready for you guys, and God decided to keep me humble and they were like, nope, we're removing it from the shelves. And last time I went grocery shopping, it wasn't there. I really cannot express how much I love this foundation. If you somehow get your hands on this, grab it, okay? Or if you know if there's like some type of black market that I'm not unaware about that just has this foundation, let me know, because this is my last bottle. I probably will get like a straw or something to scrape the bottom, but I am not going to be using this anymore because I'm down to like the very end of this. So unfortunately, I'm not gonna recommend it for this video, but just know that I really wanted to. I'm still mourning over this foundation. So my second recommendation is going to be the Wet n Wild Photo Focus. This has really good coverage. I personally go for foundations that are more full coverage. So if that's something that you're not interested in, I don't know if this is for you. And it also covers my acne really well, and it's really great for oily skin. It does smell a little bit like paint. However, if you've ever smelled the Morphe Fluidity foundation, this is very mild compared to that. That one smells like you just painted a room. It's very strong and overpowering. So I really love this foundation, and it is actually the cheapest foundation that I own that actually worked well on my skin. For concealer, I love the Colourpop No Filter Concealer. The coverage of this is great. I also really love that once you apply it to the skin, you can move on to something else if you want to, and then if you come back to it, it still blends out beautifully. I have other concealers where once you lay them down, you have to blend it out right away or else it dries and it just like leaves like really stark triangles under your eyes. And I also feel like this is good for drier skin, not just for oily skin like me, because there is a little bit of hydration to it. It's definitely not a dead matte. It's like a satin matte, or a satin, I would say. And then to set the entire face, the Coty Airspun, of course. I'm the Coty Airspun lady. It's only fitting that I include this. I love how much product they give you. This will last you forever, which is why I really never use anything else, because I like to finish one product before I move on to the next. I can't seem to ever finish this. This one is a naturally neutral. I've tried a bunch of them. I've tried translucent extra coverage. I've tried honey beige. All of them basically do the same thing. I don't notice like a difference between the colors. If you're not sensitive to smells, I think you will like this just fine, but just know, like, I have to warn everybody because people are always like, okay, Ivory, I get it. It smells like perfume or like old lady or I don't know, but it's very pungent and people are always like, I get it. But then when they smell it, they're like, oh, that's on a whole nother level. So I have to keep warning people because people think they're ready for it and then they're not ready for it. So you have been warned. Next is bronzer. I bought this just to do a full face of sample and mini makeup, and I didn't really think anything of it. I have not put it down since that video. I really love the shade of this. It's perfect for both contouring as well as bronzing. So there is like a nice warmth to it. I'm using it now. I'm using everything that I talk about on my face today, but it blends out really wonderfully. This one is in the shade Debutante. I know they have multiple bronzers. There's ones that are in palettes, and then there's like a big bronzer. I don't know if it's the same formula. I've never tried them, but just saying that the sample one that I got, not the sample, the mini bronzer that I got has worked out just fine for me, and I use this so often and I still have not hit pan, so this will last you a good while. For blush, I wanted to include a blush palette just because unlike bronzer, you kind of always look for the same type of undertone and color for bronzer, where blush you can change a little bit more depending on the look. The one that I've been really loving is from Peak Cosmetics. I got this from Duval.com and they sent this to me. I will admit some of these shades are not for me. Like this is really bright and I wouldn't use this as blush. I would use this for like the under eye, but my favorite one is this one, the last one. That is the one that I'm wearing today. It's my favorite one. I use this all the time. There are different finishes, like some of them are mattes and the other have like a sheen to it. When I first started my channel, I said that I was more into a shiny blush because I didn't highlight, but I have been incorporating highlight into my makeup routine now, so I have been more into a matte blush. So whatever you're feeling that day, there's like a different blush for whatever vibe you're into. So for brows, my favorite one that I've been loving is the Midas Cosmetics Crown Brows. It's like a really standard, super skinny pencil, and then on the other side is the spoolie, which is how I typically like my pencils. This is in the shade dark brown. I'm pretty picky about the type of browns. I'm not really picky about my pencils, but I am picky about the undertone because there's lots of different browns. There's like a milky chocolate brown, there's like a taupe, there's like a reddish brown, there's like gray browns. Let me just swatch this. I don't know how you would define this, but this is the brown that I like. And then to set my brows, I really like the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara. This says that it's the color black, but like even the packaging isn't black. Like, bro, it's brown. I'm just gonna do some of this action, but it is just a dark brown. This is also great for days where I don't want to fill in my brows and I just want to give them like a nice fluff. This does the job just fine. It is a little bit big, the wand, but I'm able to work with it, so there's that. Okay, so next is eyeshadow, and I'm going to recommend the So Jaded palette. This is in collaboration with Colourpop and Kathleenlights. I love big palettes like this just because there's just so much variety, and I feel like there's a good mix between neutral colors as well as pops of colors. Like this green, this blue is beautiful, this purple shade down here that's all over my eyes. Obviously I have a colorful look, but it's very easy to do a neutral look with this. And if you still feel like this is too intimidating, I will say that in general, Colourpop eyeshadows, I really like them. I think I have three. Let's go with 3. And I like all of them. So if you don't pick this specific palette, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that you can still go with Colourpop and still get a really good palette from them. So for mascara, this is gonna be the one product where I'm not actually using it, even though I'm recommending it. And that's just because there's so many mascaras, and once I'm done with something, even if I really like it, I wanna move on, I wanna try different stuff. Mascaras don't have a super long shelf life in comparison to other makeup products. So when I have one, I like to just stick to the one, finish it up, and then move on. So I am using the Maybelline Colossal Mascara. I do like this one, and I like it the more I use it because as it dries up, I feel like it gives a really good length and separating effect. But my favorite one still to this day is the L'Oreal Telescopic. It is the one with a very skinny wand. That one by far has given me the best length that I've ever seen. I'm actually a little bit sad because this year is going to be the last year that I'm hoping that I have non-cruelty free products on my channel, so I won't be able to repurchase it. So actually let me know if you have a cruelty free mascara that you really like from the drugstore that you can recommend to me, because I don't have any. All right, so moving on to highlight, my favorite one is the e.l.f. highlighter. My friend Magdalene, who you may know is also a YouTuber, gave this to me when I was visiting her in California. Well, I was visiting my grandfather, but I also went to go see her and she gave me this, and this sat sitting in my drawer for the longest time. And then I finally used it in a tutorial and I loved the way my highlight looked in that video. You guys recommended that I scrape the top, and I have, and that just has made it even better. But I do love how buildable it is, because this is not always something that I want. Sometimes I want something that is more subdued, and I don't have to worry about overdoing it with this highlight ever. I don't mind that I have to put more work and keep adding it on. It'd be one thing if it didn't give me anything, you know, like if I'm really scraping it and then it's like, where is it? But initially it's just like a soft, lit from within type of glow, and then you can build it up to be like really in your face. But I'm definitely more on the more tame spectrum of that. But I love the undertone of this, and I love the way this applies on my skin. For lashes, my favorites are the Ardell lashes, specifically the faux mink ones. On camera, I feel like they look pretty tame, but of course, you know, in person, things look very different. I feel like these are a nice amount of drama in person, like you won't look over the top, because I feel like the lashes that I wear on camera, I would never wear them outside of YouTube. But that's just me, because I don't feel like I'm an extra person. I feel like I can be for YouTube, like with my makeup. Like I would never wear this purple makeup outside. I know that sounds crazy. Actually, I take that back. This one isn't too bad, but if it was like hot pink, baby blue, I don't think I could see myself doing that. I'm not there yet. Maybe someday. But in general, with lashes, I keep it pretty tame, I feel like. So the Ardell Demi Wispies are really nice. The faux mink ones look a little bit more realistic. I mean, people will know you have false lashes either way, but I feel like they do look a little bit more realistic, and they are softer. So even though I like pretty much all Ardell lashes, I would say the faux mink ones are my preferred ones that I use. And this style specifically is 811. So as you can see, like it has the, the glare. You can see that these are very similar to the Demi Wispy. They start off short and then they flick out. That is my preference with false lashes. I don't like the ones that are like short, long, short, long. I don't know, they look like spider legs to me. I don't like those, but to each their own. And then lastly, for lips, so I am using a lipstick, but that's really just for the look. I feel like there's so many avenues with just the category lips, because there's lipsticks, lip gloss, liquid lipsticks, lip toppers, lip stains, lip tints. Is that the same thing? I don't know. My favorite formula though is matte liquid lipsticks. That's just my go-to. I feel like they last a really long time on me, and in general, I like matte lips. I don't think it's any secret because I talk about this so much, but the Wet n Wild liquid catsuit liquid lipsticks, specifically in the shade Give Me Mocha, is my favorite one. I feel like this is the closest to my lips, but better. I use this so much. This might be the first liquid lipstick or lip product in general that I ever finish up, because I use this a lot. But my second most used lip category is lipsticks. My favorite ones are the ones from Maybelline. The one I'm using right now is the shade Mauve It. One swipe is enough. I've never had to use more. The one issue I have with these is that they stick to my teeth like mom jeans to a camel toe. There was one time at the very beginning when I first started out my channel, I did a tutorial with these lipsticks, and then I did my intro, my outro, whatever, and like the whole time there was lipstick on my teeth. It was sucked. But I had to like redo my entire makeup look and then redo my intro and outro just because there was teeth in it, and it was a lot. So just be careful of that. That's the one drawback of this. Although today I've been really lucky. I haven't had anything. Hold on, before I have to take it back. Yeah, it didn't actually stick on my teeth today, but usually I do have to like constantly check. So that is it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed and that this was helpful for you. And if it was, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and feel free to comment down below what other types of videos you'd like to see from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.